Alright. A bit dusty in there. Alright, so a bit late in the session. I mean, in the week. Usually would have done one the Friday or Saturday. But anyway, to do a simple thing today. So anyway, Nerd on the Internet, that's a new channel, and we do plastic model building, live builds. Probably should be a bit late for this, but whatever. An intro of sorts. Alright, so today we're building this thing. Let's start. Oh. Oh well, chat might be broken for a bit, but oh well. So I'm expecting a lot of people are gonna be watching this one. Alright. Just make a run test.
From YouTube, Nerd on the Internet said test.
Alright, works. Okay. Hold up. Anyway, yeah, so building this thing. This is 30-minute missions. Okay, let's lower this a bit. No, maybe a little bit higher. There we go. This is 30-minute mission, the thing that Bandai has been trying to push for a while here. And yeah, this is 30 mission bEXM-6. This model number is irrelevant. They're just, I don't know why they do that. Nobody cares. We're just building this, unless I guess some people do maybe like to get into it and pretend that it is a real mecha thing they're building. I want to ask if, well, I don't know, in this economy, I guess it's a bit weird. This is supposed to be 1:4 scale mecha, but you got shoes on this thing. Shoes, boots, zippers. You got yourself a backpack, a front pack, I guess. Well, front pack, and I'm guessing a backpack. The mono eye. So the thing about 30-minute mission, also like satellite dish weapon. So basically radio wave weapon type thing here. So that's interesting. Yeah, you got what are those called? The thing on the, they probably have a name. It's probably trademarked and patented, the clip that you see on every backpack since the 90s. Those plastic things.
From YouTube, John Ventura said heyo.
Hey John, how you doing? We're doing something simple today. Just a simple Zaku-like spaceship white type. Oh, it's communication dish. Okay. So basically this 30-minute mission is a simple one. Not as complicated as this one. This one looks fancy. That's some fancy looking legs here. Oh, let me just focus on this thing. Focus, not focusing. Kinda. Alright, yeah.
From YouTube, John Ventura said just relaxing.
Nice. Yeah, we're all here relaxing. That's kind of the thing you gotta do on the weekend, otherwise you'll drop. Roy. What is this? There's a mini... It comes with child, it seems. Well, it comes with like a... Roy. So yeah, this is the mission, so everything has like 3mm holes all over the place for like attaching other 3mm attachments, or basically swapping out parts with other 30mm kits, including, I'm not sure if it's limited to like just these. Actually, I do. Hold on. I do have. It's still lying around. I do have a 30-minute mission kit that I built recently that I'm going to show, except it doesn't really have any holes on that one. Yeah, no holes. But we'll see how it goes. I do have another 30-minute mission kit that I built recently, so we're going to compare, like, see if from the original 30-minute mission line and the newer, like, weird stuff they've been up to. Well, they've been branching off into, like, actual characters rather than like fully original designs like these. Although this is basically a Zaku with like a dome head, so kind of like the reason why I got this. So it was weird whenever you see like these kinds of scales, which is kind of because of high grade kits. HG kits are 1114, so basically everybody uses this scale without really realizing, like, yeah, this is to real life. So you got this thing wearing silver boots with skis, mind you. And so this thing is like, oh, this is for snowy weather. Okay, you got it like skiing here. Would have been a bit more if one of them had like a snowboard. That would also be something. You got Roy here also going down the slopes. It's a communication thing here, because what did it say? Armor, blah blah blah, tilt rotor. I think I built this one. Roundnova thing, blah blah blah. Ski thing, open whatever, decide on the pose. You got Roy. What did it? I thought I saw somewhere say that it was like communication stuff. Anyway, the whole point is like these are like fairly cheap kits that you can like build quickly, not in 30 minutes. That's a lie. I don't think any of them, unless like the very simple, dead simple ones, would take 30 minutes to build. These take like up to an hour or something. Well, about an hour usually. Probably gonna take me like 2 because I'm gonna be farting around trying to like make this look nice and whatnot. So it's a bit on the shorter side apparently. So that's the average. So basically, it has Zaku vibes to it. Zaku is kind of short, stumpy, has a mono eye. Yeah. So it's Zaku-ish. It's a white Zaku. Kind of lightweight. This is number 70. 30 mission number 70. So we've had like 70 kits or variations of various kits. I feel like a lot of 30-minute missions are basically variations of the previous model, like extra parts or something. Which is kind of the point, like you can swap this out. Kind of like it's Bandai's response to Kotobukiya's Hexagear. Yeah, that's all we have over here. So it's just a mecha. Snow mecha with skis. And boots. Boots with zippers. And a front pack. And pec packs. For the pecs. Even the music agrees. Straps on the boots for adjusting, because who knows? One of them like has skinny legs and needs adjustments. Ridiculous, but fun. It has a mono eye, red mono eye, of course, because you want to camouflage yourself in the slow, so you're all white, but you need to have a red eye, so everybody can see you coming and snipe you from like 5 kilometers away. Alright, so... oh, there you go. Nope, that's not it. I don't know what this is, though. This is funny. Well, this is a... reminds me of those old school sci-fi stun guns, which had like a little shield on the front, because that's how magnetic rays are like propagated through dishes, satellite dishes and whatnot, or basically a long wire, an antenna. So that's what technically a ray gun would look like. It would fire invisible rays through a dish. Alright, so anyway, enough futzing around with this thing. Oh, I should have. Roundnova. Yeah, should have. This thing. Alright, Roundnova 2 intro. So let's open this box. Yeet the bottom bit. So we got ourselves, yeah, you got some decent design. They do, these reminds me of, there's Iron Blooded Orphan, I think, had a few mobile suits which kind of had like those legs, if I recall. Like the antagonist mobile suits had those kinds of legs. A bit close, a bit far, there we go. So apparently you have some backstory here. So this is not like, there's no anime, manga, or anything outside of this line of series. There's no like there's no anime, manga, or book or whatever that, unless, I don't know, maybe they've added those, because the same thing happened with like Kotobukiya's Megami device. I think they made the kits first, and then you have some tie-in manga or anime at some point. I doubt this one will have anything of the sort. So it's a very simple kit, high-grade instructions. I thought I spotted a polycap in here. Oh, there's no polycaps. Yeah, this thing is also polycapless design, so this is... you shouldn't have any polycaps. Oh, you do have... never mind. You do have polycaps. You have like the 3mm hole here. So this is like... I believe like most of these come with the exact same type of polycap. So you do have... if those get worn out, you can get new ones. And they do, I think they do sell them, those in bulk, probably. You can probably get those from some hobby stuff. So we have some backstory here. Like a plate-like equipment. That's a weird way to describe skis. So basically, these are explaining they have plate-like equipment, but these little skis. I don't know why I'm finding this thing funny, but I am. So yeah, so you do have a bit more here, so it's all combination. So you did have some tie-in with what was it called, that From Software game? I'm blanking on the name. Armored Core, yeah. There are some tie-in. There was some like 30-minute mission Armored Core tie-ins. They do have fairly interesting shapes. Again, the whole point is like you can combine these because the joints are standard 3 meters all over the place. So you can combine these parts with different things and build, mix and match, create completely new things however you want. You don't have to limit yourself to mechas, you can build whatever you want. There are some vehicles as well, so yeah, but anyway, simple instructions, standard high grade, one side color, one side, well, not that much color, just barely, I guess. Oh wait, that's the end. Where do we start? I think this is the, oh, this is the end. Where's step 1? I have no idea. Where does step 1 start? It should be here. Okay, I'm guessing here. Actually they start with that's odd. They start with the I haven't built that many of these, but I don't remember this. Usually like the assembly part, like this, is kind of at the end, but this seems to be at the beginning. So basically they tell you use this image for hints on how to assemble the kit. So this is just a suggestion, serving suggestion essentially, on how to, the heck? Are they even instructions? That's the whole, okay, build 2 sets. Okay. These might as well be the whole thing. C12, yeah, look at that. So, technically, actually, hold on. Where's about one of the chests? Yeah, it's basically the same thing. So, what we see here, basically, this instruction is the same as this one. So, let me try something here. So I'm going to use only this page as instructions and try to build the whole thing. We'll see what happens. It's probably going to take me longer, but whatever. Let me just open all these. So, yeah, definitely like looks like the whole entire, this one page is basically the instructions to build the whole thing. You don't really need the rest of this. You even have, yeah, you even have Roy here. So this is like compact, very nice. Let's see. There you go, less glary. Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to use this sheet for everything and see how it goes. Because it doesn't look like we need the whole thing, like, that's interesting. Like, you just need like one sheet, so they could have saved like a little bit of paper, essentially. And that would be a whole, good to have printed the instructions on the back, on the bottom of the box, even. Kind of like those toys you get with cereals or purchases of fast food. Just checking if there's anything that looks a bit off. We do have one C1, C2, so essentially, well, some overlap. Also, that's kind of weird because usually they will have like the C2 would be a subset of C1, not C1 plus one entirely different thing tacked on. Get ourselves 2 times whatever this is. 2 A's essentially, so I'm guessing these are the arms and legs, so they are identical, so symmetrical and identical, so should be easy enough. Alright, so let's pop that over there. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna make some piles here, so I'm just gonna nip through all of these real quick. Very, very small, at least so far. Small gates on these. The whole point, of course, is standard reusable parts. I don't think, well, there might be a few that have somewhat unique designs, but generally it seems like 30-minute missions will have basically, well, it's not surprising you'll have reused 2025, yeah. So this one says, yeah, Roundnova. Okay, Roundnova. Nova. So this is Roundnova 2. I'm assuming that's a regular Roundnova, which looks pretty much the same, except for maybe I guess extra parts on this one, or fewer parts, or different parts, I don't know. Okay, I've seen missing a bit. Hey. I need to go through these in order, if you can. So we have 2 of these. If you want to be added Roy, because there's 2 mono eyes, and well, just so as not to waste this extra mono eye, they would give it to Roy over there. A pile of A with these. pay more attention to which side I'm cutting. So as not to waste time. Alright, this is all of A, I think. Just leave this here for now. I don't think the cat's gonna... Oh, he's not even around. He's probably chilling downstairs. Dig. Oh, actually, it's easy upside down. If you're just nipping parts off without actually caring about the number. For some reason, doing it upside down is a bit faster. I'm just counting this as the intro. Just destroying all parts. I'm probably going to do that for the whole thing, even though there's a chance some of these aren't actually being used. Well, that's good. That's all of A, which is compared to the mass of. Just put that here. Then compared to the mass of runners, this is like less than the runners in weight. Do we have a B? Yes, we do. I'm gonna do this as well. B seems to be like the inner frame. Well, frame-like parts, I guess. The plastic is kind of soft. There's none of it's like really hard plastic. It's all the same texture, more or less. No, this one's a little softer, I guess. This is like, needs to have a little bit of squishiness to it. because you're going to be using those as articulation. Very simple looking hands there. Hopefully these parts are fairly recognizable, because I'm not going to be looking at the numbers at all. This is pile B. We have C, yes we do, C1 and C2. Yeah, very, very simple parts on this thing. I wouldn't imagine this thing costs more than like $6-7 maybe. Which is a bit pricey though, when you think about how uncomplicated this thing is. This is Roy, apparently. This is C2. Into pile. C1. Chopped off a piece of detail there. C1. Join the pile over there. and D. This one's a little flexy, so it's also the same material as the frame, the inner frame. Well, articulations, I guess. All these are. Not all these pegs are. Most this is clearly 1.5mm pegs. It's not. I'm gonna turn the light on. There we go. These are not all 3mm. So. Wait a minute. Nope, never mind. Alright, so we got all the pilot. So, like I said, we're going to try to just use this one sheet. Try to build it using that and not the whole instructions. So, let's start with the head. Alright, so the head is just A4 plus D6 plus C1112. C1112, A4, which looks like the red part, D, it's like antenna, there you go. Just a quick. Somewhat, seems a bit much for this, but whatever. I mean, these can be fun, I guess. But I also feel like it's not. No, then again, come from someone who actually bought these things, so it doesn't feel like. Well, it's not as exciting as. Hello, Marquez, how you doing? Yeah, there's no glue involved in this one. There's no glue at all. There you go. One mono. Actually. Too late. Wait, can I push it out? Oh. Let me see. Where's the. Can I use this to push it out? Nope. I need to thin. Oh, I have a wire here for some reason. No, it's left over from. There we go. Push that out. I mean, if we're being fancy here. There's no stickers. Yeah, anyway, we're building a 30-minute mission kit if you've never heard of those. They're a line of kits from Bandai, which is basically, well, cheap. Not exactly, well, maybe not so much, but they're simple.
From YouTube, Marco Mark said 30 M is not a long time to do it.
Yeah, and well, that's a lie. Those take like an hour. So what I'm doing here is I'm being fancy a bit. This thing doesn't have stickers. What I'm doing is I'm adding a bit of chrome here. Actually, I'm getting chrome all over my fingers. Not all over, but there's some areas on my fingers. So I'm adding some chrome to this thing. It's getting more. It's more on my fingers than anywhere. Okay, so let's try that again. Before this completely dries out. Okay, well, let's do it the other way then. So, this is just chrome paint. Just a little bit of reflective thingamajig here. And I'm just gonna do this in here for no reason. And it actually, oh, actually it does. It makes it a little bit more reflective. Just a tiny bit. Let me do the same for the other one. I'm going to put that on the table because I can't really hold it up to the camera. And do this chrome marker. Chrome marker. And I'm just going to just touch this up a little bit. And of course it flips off. I'm just going to add a bit of chrome to this. Just a little bit of backing here just to... Actually, I don't know why, but I don't think that's going to do much anyway. So, but anyway, we got this thing. These are going to be our shiny eyes, so I'm going to leave that over there to dry, waiting over there. Alright, so that's A4 plus D6, and then C1112. I mean, the name, the idea is you build these in 30 minutes, but well, it depends. If you're just ripping the parts off the runners and just mashing them together, yeah, sure. 30 minutes. But if you want it to be a bit nice, it's closer to like an hour, hour and a half. In my case, probably 6 days. Alright, so pop this together. Button. And button. There you go, head. Very simple and very easy. I need to calibrate. Let me just calibrate this real quick. I think the focus is off. Alright, close enough. Alright, head. Done. See, that was like these. Only 4 parts for the head. Torso. Torso is this section here, so I think that's the torso. Yeah. C1 B4 times 2. This is pile B. Now, assuming I find this, okay, this is B4. It's very much the same. There used to be a polycap that looked exactly like that, so it's exactly the same shape. So they haven't.
From YouTube,
changed
Marco
that.
Marks setups. One part fell off and the carpet monster took it away.
Really? Where? Yeah, I need to change my floor to like hardwood or something because of this hobby. Can't be a carpet monster if there's no carpet. Remove the nubs of this part. I don't know which one is. This is like either C1 or C2. Remove nubs. We're giving this way more TLC than most people would give it, I guess. Well, I guess some people might really get into the whole kind of. I mean, these things have backstories, which is kind of weird. You know, an employee at well.
From YouTube, Marco Mark said the hardest part to mount is C4. Don't blow it. Face with tears of joy.
Actually, that's well, I don't know if you've played Metal Gear. Well, it depends. If you trust Metal Gear as a source, C4 is supposedly very, very stable. You can shoot it, drop it, kick it. Well, don't eat it, but it's basically, it will not blow up unless you use a detonator. Where does this one go? So this is C1, this is B1, and B4 like so times 2. Come on, get in there. Arm sockets. Arm sockets. At an angle. There we go. Yeah, you can drop C4 all day if you want, unless you actually have detonator attached and it is doing whatever the detonator is doing. Apparently that's like a secret. I don't know. I'm assuming like very high voltage or high amp or some kind of electrical thing necessary to make it go boom. Otherwise it's not gonna do shit. This is D7 with polycap 7, which is the standard 3mm, and I think it's a 6mm diameter, so multiples of 3 everywhere. And you put this on both ends like so. Use a stick to push it through so you don't hurt yourself. Like so. And you join these two things like so.
From YouTube, Marco Mark said, what is the grit in that file?
I have no idea. These are like dollar store files. Just like 15 years ago. When dollar store actually sold things for like $1. Came in a set of 12, I think. Very useful. And there we go. That's the torso, like that. And this is the front. Okay. This little notch here is the front. So this is the torso. All done. Alright, so we also need backpack. The backpack is just D5, D4, and D2, which is what? No? No. No idea what D2 is. D4, D5, and D2. Okay, this is D2. Yeah, these are dollar store files, actually metal files. This one's just flat with a pointy bit. I've been using this one for the last 10 years to build things, so some people will tell you to get some fancy glass file, but this is good enough. It's a skill issue if you have to design on your tools that much. Well, to some extent. You just have to like file gently without applying pressure, and you can use like rough sandpaper to get reasonably smooth surface. You won't have like mirror finish, but reasonably good. Good enough for like a first pass. You can come back later and like do all sorts of neat stuff with it if you want. Where was I?
From YouTube, Marco Mark said, I like sandpaper, but to each their own.
Yeah, sandpaper works too. Sandpaper with like that, well, some people use that foam backing. Oh, it was easy. Hold on, this one is not. Oh, I guess it's supposed to have a little gap? Oh, it's supposed to have a little gap. Okay. That's this plus backpack. Look at that. Easy. Look at that. So simple. That's the chest. Torso. Let's build arms. Arms. So wait, am I doing this in 30 minutes? No, it's already been an hour. Well, I guess it's been like 20 minutes at least since I started, so... I should have timed this. Maybe I'll go back and see how long I took. Build 2 sets of whatever this is. So we need a 14-15. Looks like that, I think. Kind of? No, not really. Wait, is it? Nope, that's too big. We'll need these. We'll need... not these. No, I'm gonna do the open claw hands for now. There's a different option where I guess it's for if you're holding the weapon. So for now, we're just gonna use that. So let me just polish these nubs out. The nice thing about the metal file is it's not bendy. So if you need to file a flat surface, you already have a flat surface to file against. Well, reasonably flat, not perfectly flat, but flat enough that you can use it as a guide. Alright, so that's that. This one does that one.
From YouTube, Marco Mark said I told you 30M was a dream. Actually, I prefer projects that take time. It's a hobby after all.
Yeah. Well, the whole point of these is the swappable thing. This is a response to... Kotobukiya has something called Hexagear. They've had it for like several years before Bandai came out with this thing. And I'm guessing they saw, hey, they're making a profit over there. Let's do the same. It's not the early... Well, yeah, I guess even this one. This is from 2025. I don't know how good this is going to be. I feel it's probably going to have like some loose parts or something like that. Some parts won't fit as well as they should. But we'll see. But yeah, basically the early ones they were a bit janky. The whole idea was you can swap parts. You could get a bunch of these. They were fairly cheap. They were like 700 yen or something. Like, they were cheap, very cheap, compared to like high-grade kits of Gundam and what have you. And yeah, so that was the main idea. Small, cheap, you can like swap them around, but I guess there's, well, the reason people buy Gunpla and stuff is not just for the sake of building a mecha. It's you also want there's a story attached. There's Gundams and whatnot, and the story of whatever kit you're building, so you kind of want that. Except this one, well, they do have backstories, but it's kind of hard to get into if there's nothing else backing it other than just small blurb wherever on the instructions. It's just a mecha with no pilot. There's no epic animated fight to make you, oh, I want this thing on my shelf right now. Hexagear had like been out for a while, and they do have, I mean, it looks nice from a distance, but it's Kotobukiya, so you have no idea if it's going to be actually good or not. Alright, so this plus A6, I think that's A6, yes, like so, like that. They don't care about like this, like that, and It is symmetrical either way, so it doesn't matter. Build 2 sets of B10, B9, C8, 9. So this. And from B we need B10, which looks like this, and B9, which looks like that. The other B9 is somewhere. Did I end up mixing? No, wait. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna get put together anyway, so this and that. There we go. Yeah, but they've been branching out, like the 30-minute, well, label, I guess. They've been doing things that are tied into actual shows and series like Evangelion, and there's a few like Armored Core and whatnot. So you have now mechas with like recognizable shapes being put out. Silhouette, as they say. It's recognizable. Alright, so oh wait, no, we're not done yet. There's a tiny piece of detail on here, so I'm gonna be careful not to file that out. Which has already happened apparently. No, we don't have to be that careful. Nobody's gonna come back and judge you for this. Yeah, it's already damaged. There's a tiny little thing here, but it's gonna easily get filed down. Where's the other? Usually there's like free gates out of this. Okay, so we take this thing, put these two together. There's no pre-drilling involved here, we're just quickly going through this. Patch in this thing on here, put this thing on there to kind of lock it in place. Like so. Use a stick to help you press this all together. And it kind of locks the joints together. Maybe I should have. Never mind. Should have like put this on first and then sandwiched it. Too late. And just kind of slide that in. It doesn't fit perfectly though. It's got a gap here. I guess that's fine. That's our arms. So put that on there. Doesn't matter. it's symmetrical, so whichever arm you put that on is whatever. So like so. So we got left and right, and we need, this is A16, A11, A16, I don't know which one is this, which, oh, there we go. So we got these things. We don't use polycaps here, but that's fine. Wait, is that 3mm? That is 3mm, isn't it? There's my stick. Oh. 3mm stick. Yeah, kind of. This is a 3mm opening, but it's a ball joint, so I guess you can swap this out for other stuff as needed. So this also is a 3mm hole here, so you can plug in whatever there. That's kind of the point. Everything, it's not 30mm, it's like, it could be 3mm for 3mm, because all the holes and, well, all the attachment points are 3mm diameters. So that would make sense for the name, not 30 minutes. 30 minutes makes no sense, but the 3mm, 3mm, that makes sense. Pop that on there. Yeah, there we go. We got arms and claws. We got A12 and A13 for like closed claws if you want to add to hold weapons essentially. So just file that. Yeah, just like that. Easily. Which is very simple, just pop that on there. This isn't... Wait, why do we have hands? What was that for? Oh, well, the runners are reused. So this is 2025. Proteus, hello, how you doing? $25 also. Roundnova. Oops. How are we doing? We're doing okay. How are you doing? Just checking these runners here, just making sure. It's until 2025. How about you? 2025? Oh, this one. This one says 2025. All of it is 2025. What the? Oh, 2019. Look at that. Yeah, there was something weird on the box. Yeah, 2019, 2025. So there's runners from 2019 on here. So this one runner from 2019. That's like standard part, I guess. They just reused from Roundnova still. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's fine. Welcome. First time viewer, I guess. So, yeah, I'm mostly on YouTube, but basically Twitch is like the secondary stream. So we're just doing a build today of the Roundnova 2, which is kind of a cheap kit from Bandai, and this one's offset. Look at that. Oh, no, wait, it's fine. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what I do. We do a lot of live builds, an awful lot. Once a week at this point. Trying to get back to doing more, but we do live builds of mecha kits from Japan. Do I need this? Oh no. Now on to the waist. How was the on? Yep. That is correct. Some of the older Gundam kits, early ones, needed glue. So we're doing waste now, which is just C3, D9, 10, C4. Well, let's see what the cat wants. I'm probably just passing through here. Or knocking everything. Now, we only need more than just one sheet. That should be fine. Yeah, we have an actual cat. If I can get her to like, of course, on the instructions. More is it with cats and sitting on pieces of paper. Where were we? C3, C4, D, and of course she's mixing up all the parts. Not that it matters, but still. Alright. D, 9, and 10. It's probably sitting on something important, but we'll deal with it when we get there. Alright, so yeah, so mostly on YouTube, but Twitch is like secondary stream, but yeah, I feel like supporting, just give us a subscribe on YouTube. That'd be nice. Don't have to ring any bell or anything. Just subscribe, mute notifications. That's perfectly fine. Wait, which way does this go? It doesn't matter because it's symmetrical both ways. I don't tell people to like ring the bell or whatever it is. I don't know if it still ring bells. Does it still even have a bell? I don't know. YouTube might have changed. I haven't checked. Well, basically you can mute notifications if you don't want notifications. You can also subscribe, well, follow. It's like weird, like how Twitch and YouTube have it swapped. YouTube is like subscribe for like the cheap option and follow, well, join for the paid option, whereas Twitch is subscribe mean you pay. So yeah, don't subscribe on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Guys, I don't expect anyone to like pay me for this. Spend money watching me do these things, that's insane. That's it, that's a waste. Oh wait, hold on. A bit of a nub here. No, I guess it wasn't that symmetrical, it was a front and a back. Alright, so we got waste. Not wasted. Now we do legs. Build 2 sets of whatever, C5 and 6. She wants attention. C5, 6, A5, B19, B20, A9, 10. No, basically, we'll guess. We'll improvise. We'll figure it out. These are the snowshoes. Get out of the face. Don't get poked in the eye. This is 8, 7, 8. Just join these together and join some more here. And we need C5 and 6, these things. Hopefully she's not sitting on parts that we need. But oh well. We get random cat interruptions. You never know when that's gonna happen, so Alright, so where does this go? 5, 6, like so. B20 and oh, I stream me different things. Oh, B20. Okay. I need this. I'm saying this, but A5 also. These two. Just going around cleaning the parts. Alright, so then we also need knees, but these come after. So we need a 1920. So this is the boots here, the zippered boots. We also need whatever this is. That's an A9 boots with straps, Velcro. 1/114 scale. Those are gigantic. I don't think the physics of Velcro still work on that scale. I think there's something like quantum mechanics involved in Velcro. Deep stuff. Yeah, I don't think like Velcro of that size would work, or even zippers that size. Sheer mechanical stress on these things would rip them apart. Oh, what's up? Music. That's right. where some Muzak. We're basically stuck in an elevator. Alright, let's build all these together. So, we also need B. Or we should excite the cat. Alright, so we need B17, which looks like that. I know what these are. A19, A20. Just pop those on here. If it's not gonna pop. Punch in. And times 2, polycap 7. Go. And same thing here. And then we take, this is just A9 and A18, just like that. Simple shoes, isn't it? It's always weird when you like see basically giant mechas have clothes. Alright, so then we need what this is B20 with the little square little thing pointing that way, so pop that onto there. Same thing on the other side. They are identical upside down, so theoretically you could wait, which way? Okay, where's the zipper is? Like so. Did I do it right or wrong here? Did it wrong. Like so. Oh, these definitely going to get loose over time, so yeah. And then you connect this one here, I think. No, that's wrong. Like so. I feel like the technology that Bandai used wasn't there when they started this line of products, because the plastic, like after like popping it in and out a few times, would get very loose and not function anymore. So I feel like more recent kits that they have kind of solved that. So we need a 5. I mean, is like if you pop those things in and out a few times, yeah, it's just gonna wear out. But I think it wears out a little slowly because they've moved to entirely polycapless designs, so they probably figured out a way to like reduce the wear. So the short slant is down, so I pop that in there. Again, you could swap it around. That's kind of the whole game of this thing. So 2 more polycaps. I forgot earlier, so you pop those onto here on the round part. Like so, and you just assemble all this like this, and like that. Wiggle that in there, and wiggle that in there, like so. There we go. Legs, that took a bit longer than needed. Oh, outer shells, I guess we need these. The C7 and, well, C7. 2 C7s. Optional though, you can skip those if you don't like the look. That's kind of one of those attachments, like framing their hole, so you can just attach it to the side thing here. The frame hole on the side. Is there another frame hole? There's one right here, I guess. There's fewer than I expected. Huh. Well, that's kind of upside down. That's why. Why did it clip in? Let's try to pop that out. Okay, try that again. Upside down. Oh, right side up this time. This was kind of blocking the knees. This clipped in. That's different. Like I built a 30-minute mission kit like a long time ago, and I feel like that one had problems where they had framed holes, yes, but they would very easily just slip out, whereas this one clips in. It has a much tighter fit, which maybe like means that they've solved this problem, I guess. But yeah, there you go, legs with the boots with the zippers and snowshoes with velcros, and for a mecha which is about 15 meters tall. I'm not sure how that works. Alright, where are we? Roy.
From YouTube, John Ventura said a Mac call it a night. Have a good one.
Alright, John. Roy is just I have no idea. I feel like those 30-minute mission kids always had like a well, a lot of them seem to have like a mascot type thing. Like feels like, oh, we got some leftover plastic. I'm just gonna like make a thing out of it. I'm not sure if that's the logic. And again, same thing. Just no reason why, but just has some chrome in there. Or the shinies. And the cat left. Oh. So this is Roy is just C13 and 14. I don't get why this exists, but it does. It's an extra vehicle, I guess, that attaches to it, which kinda like wants to, well, it kinda reminds you this is a Gundam scale. Well, it's a mobile suit scaled mecha, so you can fit a small mecha inside the larger mecha, which in the case is this thing, Roy. Anything else on Roy? That's it. This is C10. Yep, all done. That's Roy. He has arms. And then you got some extra attachments here. We have a backpack. Well, a front pack, which, well, it's a backpack looking front pack. I'm calling it a front pack, I don't know what it's called. We got these attachment nubs. We got some extra ammo packs or whatever it is. Tactical pouches. It's not a handbag, it's a tactical sack. That's why you make it like for men. You add tactical to it. So this one goes like so. It's at an angle. Pop these on there. These are. This is A3, which I feel is like a standard connector. Probably they have that all over the place. Like two male connectors to join those 3mm holes. Like so. Just clean this up a little bit. And yeah, we'll just leave those for now. These are basically optional parts. If you feel like adding them, you can add them. And also we have a weapon. That's the last thing left. Weapon is the last thing, so... Oh. Well, forgot to update the thing there. Basically, we're at this stage. Forgot to update the thing. Anyway, so I'm not sure what this is for. It looks like it should be. I'm gonna double check, but basically this is all the whole everything. So D1 and 3. Where is our? Basically, most of these kits have weapons which are just two slices of plastic just pressed together. And then that's just plus D12. D12, D8. And D11. Huh. Oh well. That's how it looks then. It's not fixed in place, so you do whatever you want. There's no alignment suggestion, there's no notch to like make it fixed in the line. You can spin if you want. So that plus skis, not actual, but skis. Or as I would call it, like, we'd use some weird way to describe it. That's pretty much it. What do you call them? Plate-like equipment skis. So that was the whole thing. Based on the sheet here, that's the 30 minutes, I guess. Oh, this is for people who have experience assembling these things. Okay, if it's not the first time, I'm guessing they've had letters. People sent them letters. But we are left with a few pieces here, so so you have alternate. That's as shown on the box, but you have like alternate ways of building this. So you can have like this is a zaku with like a protruding eye, but you can you have a little piece here. So assuming, yeah, it's basically the same socket here for the eye, so you can like transfer the eye from here to here, and kind of have like optional like kind of eye guard, I guess. But I'm not going to do that. It looks perfectly fine without the thing. So I'm going to keep the protruding eye with the command horn thing. What else? Oh, we're actually done. So assembly and review time, assuming we get the cat to cooperate. I guess we don't need this anymore. I'm just checking here, so use these parts as you like. So basically you have extra parts, you can do whatever you want with them. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with this. Be free, blah blah blah. These are all additional parts, it says. So the idea is you'll end up with like an extra box of these for reasons. It looks like a hip. Guys, this looks like a hip. I'm not sure what this is for, but we do have a free image or attachment here, so no idea. Oh, there we go. So yeah, basically these are hips with technically you could pop that on there and have additional attachments to it. This looks like, I don't know, but something. So anyway, assembly time. So these are all extra parts left over. That's kind of the basic principle here. So you just try to get all the parts that the cat is sitting on. So let's just take out the tool out of the way. Okay. More parts. Just coming out of nowhere. Let's see. We got this. Anything else? Okay, I guess the cat's gonna be in this then. Alright, so assembly of the Roundnova, which is it is rotund, it is round. We start with that's a very stumpy leg. And we have another leg, and then we have a waist. I think this one is front. Nope, this way is front. So we just pop that on there. Very short legs. There we go. Short. The oh, the thing came off. Way to go. Oh, it's upside down. That's why. And that over there, and some arms, because why not? There you go. Has minimal rotator cuff movement. Like that. And finally, there you go. But all this is, it has zaku vibes to it. That's why I got it primarily. And it was I feel like, yeah, it was probably on sale when I got this. So these are usually somewhat cheap. So on sale it's even cheaper. So yeah, it's like, at least from my perspective, there's not a lot of reason to get those unless it's on like sale. That's just me though. I'm pretty sure there's people like appreciate these, like really like those, but for me it's like it doesn't have the same, I don't know how to put it. It's like I wouldn't get this usually. Oh, hold on. Is there a piston kind of thing here? Hold on. You got one of these things. What does that do? 3mm still. So like 3mm everywhere. So you got your extra parts here. Oh, I forgot the most fun part of this thing. So it has skis, which is ridiculous. The skis don't. Oh, actually, no, you can't. Would be nice if you could, like, snowboard on this thing. So you have a peg here, but you don't have a peg here. So you could have adapters, kind of like the two-way adapters we had here. Just two of these, and then you have like a snowboard. A bit thin, but still a snowboard. Or you could use it for something else, I guess. There's still plenty of holes everywhere for you to do something with this. I wouldn't say the sky's the limit, but basically the whole point of this thing is like use your imagination and build it whichever way you want. So you have these things here, which is other standard parts where you can kind of clip parts on. Can you clip on there? No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this is very okay. Another 3mm hole here. So on the designs here, it's shown as like attached here. So basically, this is like an extra vehicle attached to this thing, kind of a scouting module type thing according to story. So you have like more 3mm holes here, 3mm holes here. This thing for like attaching some kind of hinged thing here, clipping it on there. Head just moves side to side. It's a very simple dome head thing. You get your front pack. Could be turned into a fanny pack or front pack, whichever you want. Weird that is. You have basically a giant cloth sack the size of. Wait, there's two of them? Why is there two of them? Why is two of them? Okay. There's two of them, so you can have your backpack and have a backpack. That's an option. Oh, you have a front pack and a fanny pack. Your fannies, of course, your crotch. So, there you go. Double sacks everywhere. And of course you got this thing here for whatever reason, which is another set of thing there, which is off to the side like so. And so you got this thing doing whatever that is to slow down. It doesn't come with ski things. Whatever they're called. The name of those things. Sticks? That can't be called ski sticks, that'd be weird. And you have this weapon, or I'm assuming some kind of probe. Sci-fi weapons usually have like antenna dishes. So that thing pops out. And you just swap this into here. So this is like for snow missions, I guess. That's the whole idea. It's not a space-borne, space mecha. It's a mountainous slope mecha, which you would think is a terrible idea because risk of avalanche or this thing just like sinking in the snow. Like there's no, what kind of giant ass mountains are you skiing on that you would be able to like support this thing? That doesn't work. Well, then again, there was that giant vehicle in Antarctica, but Antarctica does have. It's not just snow; it's ice. All right, there you go. So that's the thing. You have a lot of small leftover parts here, which, yeah, again, they expect you to just put this in a box, or some kind of container, I guess. Tupperware, whatever, old margarine box, old tin biscuit thing. So like, you know how your grandma has sewing supplies in biscuit tins, you will leave to your children a box full of weird plastic bits. Your grandchildren will be like, here's Grandpa's box of plastic doohickeys. Yeah, so this is the thing. Okay, so the articulation on this thing is not too bad. It's pretty standard because, again, these are meant to be like standard-ish things, so you have like a fairly large range of motion. You can combine and mix and match as needed. You can turn this into a mono. Actually, let me just try to pop that out. Yes. You can turn it into a mono like so, like that. A single-legged creature. Except it doesn't fit as well. Oh well. There you go. Single-legged creature. One eye, one leg. Some weird yokai. With whatever the name of the creature from the thing in Total Recall, the movie. If you remember. If you recall. The guy that came out of this one's growing out of his butt, but the other one had it growing on his chest. Which you kind of do, I guess. Because it's still swappable, so you can swap this around. So this is like Quattro? I forget what his name was. Watto? Something like that. So essentially that. You can go nuts with it. You have a little pouch on the back. Let's just get that back out of here. So, yeah. Well, that's interesting though. Like seems like they. I'm not sure if fixed is the right word. Oh, that came back. We also have a cat cam for when the cat retires to her cave. Yeah, so that's interesting how, like, this used, well, the way I remember it, those used to be just 3mm holes and pegs. So I guess they changed the design a bit to the point that these clip on now. You'll need a, I don't know what this is called, a spudge, I think? I don't know what it's called. But they do sell these as hobby tools. So these are plastic separators for things, I guess. So get you one of these for separating plastic. You don't need any kind of fancy, expensive tool for this. Alright, so decent. Yeah, you can do like slaloms. Kinda. Like the ankle has some decent bend to it here. Like surprisingly a lot of motion to this thing. Oops. Did I put it on the wrong way? Yeah, I did. So pop that out again. Turn that around slowly but firmly. Pop that on again. It clips on every single time, which is nice. It doesn't have keys stuff, I guess. But it is, well, it's very stable on its feet because it has those giant well, it has keys on the bottom, so that's helping. But yeah, this is it. It's very basic, very easy to assemble. It was weird and interesting. I mean, they all are kind of some of them kind of boring, but this one was like just caught my eye, I guess, because it has a mono eye, has a zaku kind of dome kind of thing. It's weird. It has like backpacks with Velcro shoes and zippers and generally a strange looking thing. Yeah, so this is the 30-minute mission kit. The idea, of course, you have to combine it with other stuff. As shown here, you can like attach other weapons to it. There's nothing preventing you from doing whatever. You can like put these as like weapons or skis, I guess. You got Roy. I don't know what Roy's deal is. It's just Roy. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. That didn't take, hey, less than 2 hours. Well, exactly 2 hours. Well, we wasted a lot of time just futzing about. But this is new. So it would seem that people sent Bandai letters about how you don't really need all those instructions if you're used to it. You can just straight up build it, like, because these are all standard. So if you build a few of these, you basically, you know your way around. You don't need to like waste time flipping through all these instructions. So this is all you need, just like one sheet, which means technically you could have I feel like, no, it wouldn't be too, well, I guess not. There used to be a point in time, like especially SGUC kits, where they reused the same polycap sheet, and well, it felt like kit after kit was kind of the same thing over and over. So those might, well, actually, Iron-Blooded Orphans could have used this. Just a single sheet of instructions, because every kit was almost exactly the same. But yeah, so 30-minute mission, Roundnova. Wait. What else do we have here? Roundnova 2. I don't know what Roundnova 1 looks like. I'm guessing this Yellownova flies. Interesting leg shape. It looks nice here because it's painted, it looks kind of textured, but I feel like in person it's not gonna look that good. And you can kind of see like in the bit between here you have this thing, so like, yeah, this is definitely a waist part here, just you can kind of tell. Well, you get like extra parts, like for extra connections if later on you feel like adding on new things to it. Port Nova, blah 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 blah. So you got these are the this is 30mm is like just mechas mostly, but we have 30MF, which is 30-minute fantasy, which is like fantasy characters, like, well, kind of like Dragon Quest type characters, like you have warriors, archers, mages, what have you, like the typical adventurer party in a swords and magic kind of this thing here. Oh yeah, you can have fun with it. It's gonna help that the whole thing is, the whole area is white, so yeah, fun stuff. Anyway, there's also, oh right, what was I doing? This is also a 30-minute, what was it? 30 MP, 30-minute preference. Why preference? I do not know. But since it is all, not sure, I don't think it'll fit. Let's see if it works. Yeah, doubtful. Might need an attachment for that. I don't think I have anything that would fit in here. That's the one thing I was trying to, maybe it might work, but I don't think it will. Let's see if, no, this is too big. Nope, it will not fit. This is 30-minute preference. It's basically a figurized kit released under the label 30-minute. This is Asco Langley, of course, but this is not. Clearly, these are not interchangeable. We need to get like more of these 30-minute MP things to see if like you can swap parts between those. Maybe this is like some standard thing between, because figurized kits are usually like anime girls, so they tend to have like the same proportions, more or less. Thin arms, thin like long legs, giant heads. So there might be some stuff there, but I guess, yeah, you can't. I guess you don't really have options here. Nope, not even the arms, legs. Nope, those won't fit. Yeah, there's none of these are like 30, like 3mm things. Just the hand has a 3mm holding capacity, but that's about it. Yeah, no, you can't. Actually, can I? Oh wait, this is. Could it be? Oh, actually, let me see this. Nope, never mind. I thought this is less than. Yeah, this is not gonna fit. Never mind that. Actually, let me see this. Well, it kind of fits. It's a bit tight though. Which is kind of weird. I need to get something to measure this. This is definitely smaller than 3mm. So, technically this could probably fit on there. Actually. Nope. This isn't. Oh, this looks 3mm, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So you can't, those aren't swappable. 30 minutes MP and 30 minutes mission do not mix. Sadly. But they may mix between like kits of the same series or something. We might need to try. Probably not gonna get 30-minute fantasy ones. I mean, they look interesting from a distance, but I feel building them is going to be kind of disappointing. So I'm not gonna, especially in this economy, trying to avoid unnecessary expenses. And we're just trying to work off the backlog we already have. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Otherwise, nothing much to say about it. It's just a small mecha that has zaku vibes to it, which is kind of the whole point of this. Alright, I'll leave it at that. basically Roundnova with symbiote, parasite, whatever that is, extra vehicle, Roy. Alright, so that's all I have. Let me just stop here. Not waste anybody's time further with this thing. I don't recommend. Well, score out of 10, I don't know. 4. I don't know, 5? No idea. It's not. It doesn't excite. It's fun once in a while to just do those. But, I don't know, like. I feel like the effort spent on these would be better spent making kits for mobile suits which haven't had kits or have very old kits and need some updates, rather than putting the energy, material, resources into making new things that are not that exciting. No, it's not terribly exciting, I feel. I need something to hold this. Alright. I mean, it's kind of nice though that you can kind of it's not intentional, but you can kind of see like a crosshair pattern in the eye. I don't think that's like on purpose. It's just because they did like a 4 little things in the background in the socket, and I just added chrome all over it, so it kind of reflects that and looks like a crosshair, which is a little neat, I guess. All right. Anyway, that's all we have. This was like Roundnova. Oops. Trying to get the cat. Yeah, okay. There we go. So yeah, technically we're gonna end here. There's not much I can say about it. It's not great. It's okay. Like if you like Zaku, like mechas, and you're like, oh, this is funny, and it's a small project. You can probably spend more time on it, painting it or modifying it, or if you have other 30-minute kits, you can kind of combine them. Although, like, you're probably gonna end up what's it called? Buying things that are visually appealing to you. Like for example, I got this one because it looked like a zaku, but you're not gonna necessarily, you're gonna buy it if it's like has an interesting shape. And at least from my perspective, the other 30-minute mission kits they're just too generic mecha looking kind of things. There's nothing particularly interesting or exciting about it. They occasionally get stuff like that which have like familiar shapes. It feels like a zaku. This is gonna get caught in your fur. Actually, let's get there. Size-wise, it's a little shorter than the zaku actually. Well, this is because it's crouching, so about this size. Yeah, it's a little shorter than the zaku. Wait. Let's put that back on and get the hell out of here. Oops. The fit of these parts isn't spectacularly solid. It's actually kind of fragile when you think about it. Yeah, again, like I don't like the stated purpose for these things isn't convincing. Like even Hexagear, even though Hexagear has a few interesting shapes to it, I still wouldn't buy. Like, it's not worth it in my opinion. Like, you want something with a story. You want like a mecha with a pilot attached. Not necessarily the pilot figure, but like you get the idea. So there's the story behind it. The story behind these it's kind of shallow. It's kind of just not all that interesting, sadly. I'd prefer to spend that energy again on things like mobile suits that are like older mobile suits getting like a refreshed kit design or something like that. Anyway, for now, I'm gonna leave it with this for like a few minutes while I get something to eat, then come back and turn the thing off. Alright, bye for now.
From YouTube, Nerd on the Internet said that's all, folks. See you next time.